I rise like the sun sometimes, but then I fall. Like a black moon I rise when the night calls. When the night falls, the mic calls. So listen, it's the ultraviolet rays that keep me rising on the mission. I rise like the sun sometimes, but then I fall. Like a black moon I rise when the night calls. When the night falls, the mic calls. So listen, it's the ultraviolet rays that keep me rising on the mission.
What up, hype beast? You already know who it is, back with another video, man. So just got through watching the Portland Trailblazers take an L against the OKC Thunder in Oklahoma, and one thing that just pops out, this whole series has been the best series of the playoffs thus far. It's been the best series of the playoffs. It's the series that I look forward to, that I check the schedules for every single day. And that's because you got, on one hand, you got Dame Lillard, kind of the next guy in the NBA, man. In this playoff so far, he's been looking like, somebody who could be challenging for, the best player, or at least the best guard in the NBA soon. All right. So you got that on one side, and then you got Russell Westbrook, somebody who's been an MVP in this league. He's had a triple-double, average a triple-double 3 years in a row. And there's a little bit of, talk about some of his skills starting to slip, and that his game is starting to taper off a little bit. And these guys are kind of like the flip sides of each other. Dame Lillard is a killer, and he's like a surgeon on the court, and Russell Westbrook is a killer, except his style is a little bit more wild and reckless. But both are absolute killers, man, and they're not afraid to compete and openly compete against each other. I don't think they're necessarily the biggest fans of each other. And we have watched an era of basketball where everybody's cool. You get on the court, you hug, and then you compete, and then you hug it out after, and all that stuff. A lot of people over time have been getting tired of that. And these guys give you the true feeling of, competitive basketball, where guys just don't like each other. Even though they may have some sort of respect, but they just flat out don't like each other. And that's what it looks like. At least, I don't know their relationship off the court, but at least on the court, it looks like Damian Lillard and Russell Westbrook hate each other's guts. That's what it looks like. They're talking crap, vicious trash talk up the court. At the end of the game, even though it was pretty evident that Portland was losing, you see Dame Lillard jawing at Russell Westbrook. As Russell Westbrook, dribbles up court, Russell Westbrook hits a three, and he's just flat out screaming at Damian Lillard and pointing at him. Like, it gives you that old school type feeling of like, these guys are out here trying to destroy each other, and it's great TV. The NBA got lucky with this series, man. This is the money series of the playoffs. It's almost, we're gonna see this series. We may see this series in the Western Conference Finals in the future. But this is the money series of these playoffs. Absolutely intense series, man. And I'm very excited about it. You can even see at the end of the game, Paul George, instead of dribbling out the last play, he cocked it between his legs and banged a dunk at the end of the game, which is disrespectful to the other team, which is what they always say. They don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care. They don't respect the Blazers. They want the Blazers to get mad. So anyway, the Blazers are up 2-1 in this series. Like I said, Thunder played better because they were at home. Their role players played better. Jeremy Grant, hit a couple big threes. Every time Portland was trying to get back into the game, Jeremy Grant broke their back with a three-pointer. Paul George, once again, it really looks like the shoulder's bothering him. He hasn't been himself since these playoffs started. Dame Lillard had 25 points in the third quarter, but they blitzed him in the fourth quarter. He could not get any kind of space to even look at the basket the whole fourth quarter. So they may have found a defensive coverage for Dame Lillard. We'll see how it works. CJ McCollum has yet to really, take control of the game. But I'm sure as the series goes on, he's gonna get his legs under him and, be able to help out Dame in this. But man, it doesn't get better than that for playoff basketball. It really doesn't get better than that. Dame Lillard killed the OKC Thunder in the first 2 games. He absolutely destroyed them in the first 2 games. And now Russell Westbrook, got a chance to finally strike back in game 3 at home. So game 4 is on Sunday, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Once again, this is the best series in the playoffs so far, and I think it very well may be the best series, throughout the playoffs. I think these guys, with the competitive nature and just the way they are, and then I think the contrasting styles also make it even more interesting. Dame Lillard is a gunner from distance. He's like Steph Curry with a little bit more attitude, basically. And then Russell Westbrook is the opposite. He's not a gunner. He's a pretty bad 3-point shooter, but he'll ram the ball down your throat on every possession if you give him a chance. And, it just makes for good basketball. They both have the same attitude, but at the same time, they have completely opposite games of one another. So it's just makes for good TV. The NBA really, really got lucky with this one. And this is something, after this series is over, I still think Portland's going to take it. I just think Portland, in the 3 games, Portland has played better. Even with this game, Portland had a couple mistakes. They had a couple rebounds that they didn't get. Because they had some very good defensive possessions that ended up, with Oklahoma City getting an offensive rebound and getting an open shot, which happens, when a team is at home. That's the home cooking. It happens, but those plays are killer. But OKC did allow Portland back in this game, and Portland, really pushed to try to get control of it. It just never really panned out. But yeah, really good stuff. The NBA is going to have a field day. This is the rivalry of the future for the NBA, in my opinion. These 2 point guards going at it. We thought we were going to get Steph and Russell Westbrook. We never really got that as a rivalry. As KD left OKC to go to the Warriors, we never really got to see that develop into anything. And then, from there, it was basically blowouts every time they played or whatever. So we never really got that rivalry. But this Dame Lillard versus Russell Westbrook is going to be, I feel like it's going to scratch that itch, because that's going to be a pretty intense rivalry for years to come. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Russell Westbrook versus Damian Lillard. Is this the rivalry of the future? Could these guys, be, the 2 competitors that push the NBA into the next phase, as we get closer to the post-LeBron era? Let me know down below what you guys think. All right, see you next time.